Hi, in this video, we are going to discuss about application discovery and application bypasses in Zscaler private access. In order to demonstrate, I have a Zscaler private access account and I have a mobile portal. So when you go to administration, you have options to create applications. I have created two applications. One is with wildcards and with subnets. So these two kind of configuration is nothing but application discovery. Instead of specifically providing the host name or IP address, you will give the subnets or wildcards in the application segments. You could see another application kb.it security is configured here. The reason behind here is these applications, all applications are hosted in my private data center, whereas kb.itsecurity.com is hosted on internet. I have a public IP address for kb.itsecurity.com, whereas all other applications are hosted in the private data center. So these traffic should process by Zscaler private access, whereas this traffic should not process by Zscaler private access. So that kind of configuration we can done under uh, the application segment is itself. When you go to application, there is an option called bypass. Under uh, bypass, you can have always means that this traffic will not go to Zscaler private access. And you have two options like on corporate network and use client forwarding policy. Let's discuss more about the use client forwarding policy. When you go to administration, under policy management, there is an option called client forwarding policy. So in the client forwarding policy, the default action is forward to Zscaler private access if this criteria is matches. Any application segment and any SAML or scheme attribute and client type, any client type and any connector posted population and the client connector trusted network and machine group. If these are matches, then application will be forwarded to Zscaler private access. Now you have an option to define new application on top of that, application policy on top of that, and you can have the rule options like forward to Zscaler private access or only forward allowed application and bypass Zscaler private access. So only forward allowed applications means it will very validate the policies. If the policy is allowing, then only those application will be forwarded to Zscaler private access. Bypass Zscaler private access means completely bypass the Zscaler private access and send it direct. Forward Zscaler private access means forward the traffic to Zscaler private access. Now you can define bypass Zscaler private access based on certain criteria. It's based on the application. Maybe you can define if my application is KB access URL, then bypass to ZPA and save. That means if Zscaler client connector sees my application as um, KB access underscore URL, then that URL access will be bypassed from the Zscaler client connector and it will go direct. The rest of the traffic will go forward to Zscaler private access. So in the application segment, you could see one more option under bypass. Let me again edit the application segment, and when you go down, you have on corporate network. On corporate network is when you define the application app profile and forwarding profile, you will have some conditions like let's say you will do some trusted analysis. If my network is trusted network, it may be based on the DNS server or DNS search domain or host name or IP address or predefined trusted network, then there will be some actions. So based on these actions, ZPA will perform. Let's say Here the case is on trusted network tunnel, VPN trusted network is tunnel, and off trusted is tunnel. So when you define this policy, when you choose an bypass as on corporate network, so it will look at the forwarding profile. Based on the forwarding profile actions, the application will be either forwarded or it will be uh, bypassed from the Zscaler private access. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.